you ever thought, I hate the way I look? Have you ever felt shame or even hatred for your body? If you did, this video is for you. In this video, I'll share 6 tips for dealing with negative self-image, and we'll dive deep into how to actually feel good about your body. Hi, I'm Katja. I'm a psychologist and psychotherapist from Slovenia, and I'm here to help you skyrocket your self-esteem. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new videos. Overcoming negative self-image is not just about replacing negative thoughts about your body with positive ones. It's about becoming more objective. Right now, you may believe you're ugly. You may believe that there's something about your body that makes you unlovable. Perhaps it's your weight, perhaps it's your pimples, cellulite, your nose that's longer than it's supposed to be, perhaps it's your hair, wrinkles, a birthmark, or a deformity you might have, and so on. You may believe you're ugly because of it. You may believe you're even unworthy, unlovable. I remember a 33-year-old client who gained weight after her first child. One time she went to the beach with her 3-year-old daughter and some friends. At the beach she undressed and was in her bathing suit. And she started feeling ashamed of her body. And she became really mean to herself. She started calling herself a lazy cow for not being thin. She even said that she's disgusted with herself. All in front of her young daughter and friends. During our session, I asked her if she could perhaps show some kindness to herself. Could she perhaps feel some self-compassion for not feeling good in her body? She said no. She said she doesn't deserve self-compassion. At that point in our sessions, she truly believed something was wrong with her for not looking the way she believed she should. She truly believed that she deserved to be put down by herself and others. It made me so sad that this wonderful woman, this kind-hearted mother, could not see the beauty in herself. That we as a culture have become so obsessed with our self-image that it starts to define us, and we fail to see all the wonderful things about us. Having a healthy self-image doesn't mean you think you're the most beautiful person in the world. It means you are able to look at yourself objectively and with compassion. It means knowing that your body has nothing to do with your worth. It means treating yourself with kindness no matter the state of your body. And not just treating yourself with kindness in your mind, but treating your body with kindness as well. So, how can you change your body image? Here are 6 ways to develop a healthy body image. The first thing you need to do is to think about what were the messages you received about your body or about bodies in general when you were a child. The client I mentioned at the start told me her father was highly critical of anybody who was overweight, especially women. When she was a little girl, he often told her, whatever you do, don't get fat. Then when she was 12 years old, she accidentally broke her leg and she spent that summer mostly lying down. And as a result, she gained a few pounds. During that summer, her father became emotionally abusive to her. He called her an ugly cow. He said she was disgusting. His words were deeply painful to her. And even though she quickly lost those few pounds she gained during that summer, she never looked at her body the same way. Whenever she ate too much, whenever she ate something sweet, she would hear her father's voice in her mind. And soon she was unable to separate her father's voice from her own. Unfortunately, this is what often happens. We internalize the criticism from others, and in time we become the ones who criticize ourselves severely. And as a result, we feel shame about ourselves and about our bodies. Sometimes clients tell me that their parents were never critical of them, but were only critical of their own body. For example, a client told me that her mother was never critical of her and even told her many times that she was beautiful, but she, the mother herself, was always on some sort of diet and was never satisfied with her weight. So even though her mother never said anything to her about the importance of being thin, her daughter, my client, still got the message loud and clear. And she herself ended up being on one diet or another most of her adult life. What messages about your body did you receive from your parents? What were some other messages you received? Perhaps from relatives, peers, teachers, media, and so on. Unfortunately, we live in a diet culture. Let's face it, being unsatisfied with your body sells. Many companies would go out of business if people suddenly started liking their bodies and would treat their bodies with the kindness and respect their bodies deserve. Happy people simply aren't good buyers. So it's their job to make you feel like you're not good enough. It's their job to make you feel too big, too wrinkled, too hairy, and so on. It's their job to make you feel ugly so that they can sell you stuff to make you pretty. The second thing you need to realize is that being pretty doesn't mean having confidence, being happy, being liked by everyone, or living a perfect life. I've worked with many clients who were models and were struggling with feelings of low self-esteem and unworthiness. Yes, being pretty can open some doors, but often only superficial doors. Being pretty wouldn't solve your problems. It wouldn't make you magically love yourself. It wouldn't get you the perfect relationship. It wouldn't make everything perfect. Perfection only exists in movies and magazines. The third thing you need to do to change your body image is to talk to your inner critic. Most self-esteem experts will tell you that you need to destroy your inner critic, but I disagree. Inner critic is a part that each of us has. It's actually a part that wants to protect us. Yes, it can get really loud and it can be really mean to us sometimes. But if we start fighting it, we only give it more attention and energy and it will only grow. So what can we do instead? Let's look at how your inner critic came to be. When you were a small child, let's say when you were around 2 years old, you were playful, vulnerable, and joyful, and you were excited about life and you knew your worth. But then something happened. You got hurt. And you learned to keep that part of yourself, that vulnerable part of yourself, hidden. And in order to keep this, the most vulnerable part of yourself hidden, you developed another part, a part that would protect you, that would help you keep that part of you hidden. You developed your inner critic. So its job was to protect you. And it did so by telling you that you should hide this part forever. It told you that you're not okay, that you're not good enough. It wanted to keep you small and invisible so that others wouldn't hurt you. But instead, this very act hurt you just the same, or even more. Picture your inner critic before your eyes. How do you feel? Can you feel how hard it wants to protect you? Can you perhaps even feel some compassion towards it? Now, try to picture another part of you, a part that knows that you are in fact okay. It might be just a tiny part of you, a part that doesn't get a say in when the critic is being loud, but a part of you nonetheless. Even though you may believe that that part of you simply doesn't exist inside you, it does. Not only that, that part was inside of you long before the critic appeared. In the first few years of your life, you knew you were okay, you knew you were worthy, you knew you deserve attention, you even demanded it from those around you. And you didn't have any body issues, perhaps being a chubby baby, or having a birthmark as a 2-year-old, or having one eye green and the other blue, or simply being different than the beauty standards demanded, didn't bother you at that time. You knew then that you're okay. So this part does exist in you somewhere. Perhaps it has been locked away all these years, but it still does exist. So try to picture this part, this warm, kind, loving part of yourself. The part that knows that you deserve to be happy and to feel good in your body. The part that knows that you're beautiful. So what would this part of you say to you about your body? What would be its words? Perhaps it would say something like, you're okay, you're worthy. Or it would say something like, you have beautiful skin, you have a very nice voice, you have amazing eyes, you have very soft hands, you have a wonderful laugh, and so on. So what would this part of you, this kind, warm, loving part of you, say to you about your body? During your day, try to remember this part of you as often as possible. The part that already sees the beauty in you. Here are some ways how you can nurture that part of you and make it stronger and louder. So another way to change your self-image and to start nurturing the part of you that already sees the beauty in you is to start being kind to your body. Treat your body like you would a small child. Be gentle with it. Give it the rest it needs. Give it the healthy food it needs. Take it outside and be active. Make sure you feel comfortable, and so on. So treat your body like it's something very precious, because it is. Another wonderful way to change your body image and to start nurturing the part of yourself that already sees how wonderful your body actually is to give yourself a hug. So just simply hug yourself like you would a dear friend. This is a wonderful exercise, and a very simple exercise as well, that will help you start loving yourself and loving your body. And the final way is to think about all the amazing things your body does and did, like breathing, like pumping blood and delivering oxygen to your cells, like fighting a cold, like moving around, like dancing, watching and listening to this video and thinking about it. Perhaps at one point in your life your body healed a broken bone, perhaps it gave birth, perhaps it breastfed your baby or hugged a loved one, and so on. So think about all these amazing things your body does and did. You can also write these things down and read them whenever your inner critic becomes too loud and you want to remember the part of you that already knows how wonderful your body is. So here it is, 6 ways to change your body image. Of course, this is not something that can happen overnight. Changing how you see your body and how you feel about your body is a process. So make sure you're patient, kind, and loving to yourself. And remember, being kind and loving to your body is not something truly new to you. At one point in your life, you already believed you're worthy, that your body is amazing. All you need to do now is to remember. Do you know someone who is struggling with their body image? Send them this video and help them remember how beautiful they actually are. Did you like this video? Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so that you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out. You're also very welcome to join my free Facebook group called Skyrocket Your Self-Esteem. I really hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.